I would really like to invite you to take part at the Charlemagne Youth Prize. It is an absolutely unique experience.
Welcome to the 14th edition of the Charlemagne Youth Prize competition. I am a former winner from 2008.
You will be able to present your creative ideas for Europe, for solving European issues that you have identified that are close to your heart. You will get to know people from all over Europe, young people. You might be invited to stay for a few days with people from 26 other member states, exchange your views and build friendships and networks, maybe for life. And of course, you have the opportunity to win a prize. It is a prize that will identify you forever as an ambitious and true European.
Brexit will not crush our vision for the future. And to Europeans, to please treasure what you have as EU citizens, make the most of the opportunities that the EU provides you, and keep fighting for the future of Europe.
It's like amazing, really. It's a bowl of fresh air, and as a youth organization we need the support of the European institutions to carry on the European idea. So thanks a lot.
Distinguished guests, dear national winners, and everyone tuned in online from 26 countries, welcome to the 16th edition of the European Charlemagne Youth Prize competition. My name is Chiara Paglieri. I'm a former winner from 2008, and I'm elated to be back as the moderator of the most prestigious prize for young people in Europe. Every year is unique, but this year is specifically special because 2022 was devoted as the European Year of the Youth, paying tribute to the sacrifices that young people have endured throughout the pandemic. The Charlemagne Youth Prize celebrates projects that foster European integration, but the common denominator of all of them is the resiliency of love. Love for our communities, love for our generation, and most importantly, love for European integration. Today, we are going to hear from 26 incredible leaders coming from different countries in Europe, and you're going to hear about their stories of how their projects kept going throughout the pandemic. Their inspiring stories will move you, their resiliency will inspire you, but the common denominator of all of this is that resiliency is the key to success. And most importantly, it is the proof that you're never too young to make a difference, and change is a matter of choice, never a matter of chance. Now, a couple of housekeeping rules. Please do keep your masks on when you walk around. You may remove them when you're seated. And for those who require translations, we're going to have German on channel number 1 on the headsets and channel number 2 for English. Now, the prize, as you are aware, is jointly awarded every year by the European Parliament and the Charlemagne Foundation. And so, without further ado, it gives me great pleasure to announce our first guest of honor, Mr. Thomas Prefi, who is the chairman of the Charlemagne Foundation, to come on stage. Please join me.
Im Namen des Internationalen Karlspreises und auch im Namen der Stadt Aachen begrüße ich Sie sehr herzlich zur Verleihung des Europäischen Karlspreises für die Jugend 2022.
Thank you very much, Madam President. I'd like to wish you a warm welcome to the award of the Charlemagne Youth Prize for 2022. Well, it's a huge honor for me to welcome you to the 15th edition of this prize. But this year's prize is very much marked by the situation in Eastern Europe and the Ukraine and the fight for self-determination. That's the kind of values that we call European values, European soft power. Well, we're in a moment where a genuine conventional war is taking place in Europe. It's important that we should try and defend values that we thought were self-evident and that we have learned that they are not. In Berlin, it was my pleasure to speak with Mrs. Tikhanovskaya, who we are going to be giving an award to the day after tomorrow. She described the moment when she decided to get up and say that enough is enough. That moment where you decide to take action, that is what we're going to be celebrating on Thursday, but we're also celebrating that today. All of those who take part in the Charlemagne Youth Prize have taken that decision that they want to get active. That's not self-evident, that we want to live together peacefully. That's why it's such a pleasure for me and such a great honor for us to be celebrating the 15th year of the award. That's to say 4,000 winners since 2008. That's hundreds of thousands of young people who have taken part actively in these projects. So what a wonderful confirmation that the Charlemagne Youth Prize is truly flourishing, and it's almost a kind of youth movement. The success of this project has got many fathers and mothers, but at the end of the day, we wouldn't be here without young people being prepared to send in their applications and, fundamentally, to be involved in the European project. So that's why I'd like to particularly greet the key people at today's celebration. And by the key people, I mean the representatives from all of the member states of the European Union, young people who show us so clearly that we need more Europe and not less. Young people, but already great Europeans who have convinced us with their projects, they've impressed us and enthused us. So a warm welcome to the national winners of the Charlemagne Youth Prize 2022. Well, the award of this prize is very much marked by the situation in Eastern Europe and the attack on the Ukraine. This is an award that's taking place on European soil. So our program is not as cheerful and carefree as it has been in previous years. We're much more serious this year, more thoughtful. But that's why we wanted to draw inspiration from those who have been involved in promoting peace in Europe. Soon we'll be hearing music from two young people from Ukraine who escaped from the war and have found refuge in southern Germany. And I think that that is a very symbolic moment. They're getting ready right now, and we can look forward to that. So, as I say, they're still preparing, and we'll be giving them a good round of applause later on. But I'd also like to give applause to our guests of honor, who will be speaking to us later. First of all, the Vice President of the European Parliament, Katharina Barley. So we're very pleased to have you back with us. The success of the Charlemagne Youth Prize, the EU-wide competition, would not be imaginable without the patronage of the European Parliament. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the Parliament and all of the staff who've been involved. It's also a great pleasure for me to welcome the former President of the European Parliament and co-founder of this award, Professor Hans-Gert Pöttering. Hans-Gert Pöttering will always tell you that the original initiative behind the Youth Prize was actually someone else's. It's our honorary president, Dr. André Leysen, who died in 2015, but I'm very pleased to welcome his daughter, Dr. Bettina Leysen. I'd also like to wish a warm welcome to her mother, Anna Leysen, who's following us by live stream. Ladies and gentlemen, the award ceremony for the Charlemagne Youth Prize at this historic place in the coronation room of the Aachen City Hall shows that we're clearly following the tradition that's now been built up over 70 years. And it's a pleasure to welcome the mayor of the city of Aachen, Sibylle Kuipen. And we're also welcoming Mr. Uttermeier from the Council of Cities and Regions, and the chair of the board of the Charlemagne Prize, Jürgen Linden. There are many other guests of honor who have joined us today from the German Parliament, the member Yi On-ri. We have a representative of the European Investment Bank, Donata Riedel. We have the president of the Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Gisela Kohl-Vogel. And we have countless members of Aachen City Council and the administration of the city of Aachen. However, the center of attention today is rightfully the 28 winners that are celebrating the European spirit of Jean Monnet, Robert Schuman, and Konrad Adenauer, among many others. They have won out against this tough competition from their member states, and they're all winners today, and we want to celebrate everyone. The European jury had, as usual, the very difficult task of trying to pick out 3 projects that we felt deserved special recognition. Esteemed guests, I wish all of you a very inspiring award ceremony, and I'll now give the floor to Vice President Katharina Barley.
Thank you very much. Ganz herzlichen Dank, lieber Herr Prefi.
Thank you, Mr. Prefi.
Dear Lord Mayor of Aachen, dear Professor Pöttering, dear representatives of the Charlemagne Prize, and of course, dear winners and dear guests. It's a great honor to be here again in Aachen, representing the European Parliament. And of course, I bring you the warmest greetings of our president, Roberta Metsola, who would have loved to be here. But I'm sure she would agree with me that it's great to see you all, especially the young people with so much European energy and hope. And it's especially wonderful to see today the representatives of the national winning projects, to see the people behind the projects that we have evaluated in the European jury meeting. Since 2008, when the first prize was awarded, every year we get this unique opportunity to celebrate the youth from all over Europe. So welcome again, young people of Europe, and congratulations on the fantastic work you have already done for your community. We are here today to award 3 European laureates amongst 26 national projects. Picking 3 of you was a tough choice, but it was one of those decisions that politicians like to make because we get to know so many inspiring people and projects. Each one of you is already the best in your own community, having inspired young people around you to work with you and support you in our common endeavor for a more united and democratic Europe. You have been chosen from among 455 project submissions, yet again, a record number of applications, and a testimony to the importance of the European Charlemagne Youth Prize.
This prize is awarded, as you know, for cooperation among young Europeans and the promotion of a shared sense of European identity. It is an investment, a commitment for the future of Europe. Seeing 26 of you from different corners of Europe, together with the former winners and guests who are here to support you, shows how much we all in this room and beyond value your enthusiasm, your activism, and your passion to build a better Europe for all. So, what kind of Europe are we building? Europe, as the whole world, was hit 2 years ago by the COVID-19 pandemic. While we are still recovering from the direct economic impact of that crisis, the social and emotional effect it had on young people will long be visible. Almost 2 years spent in lockdown, Zoom calls, and online classes have taken their toll. But thanks to young activists like you, to your projects and your ability to bring other like-minded people together, recovery from COVID-19 seems to be possible. Yet, as we thought the worst, considering the pandemic was behind us, another devastating event took place just at our doorstep. The unjustified and unprovoked invasion of Ukraine, which today enters its 4th month. What we see in Ukraine should and must be a reminder to all of us not to take peace for granted. The European Union was built as a peace project, but now, more than ever, we need to fight to ensure there's peace inside and outside borders, and we have to stand with Ukraine. In these challenging times, it is all the more important to empower young people to never give in and never give up. Keep your motivation to be active, to continue your engagement, and keep fighting for a better future for all. We know what active citizens and an engaged society can achieve. 1 year ago, I stood right here, encouraging you, along with many other citizens, to take part in the conference on the future of Europe and make your voices heard. 2 weeks ago in Strasbourg, we closed this 1 year-long participatory process, which turned out to be a unique one, a Europe-wide exercise in active citizenship. We went into this exercise with no agenda, leaving it up to you, citizens, to speak up and shape the Europe you want. With the conclusions you have reached, now the European Parliament has stated its commitment to your proposals and will announce the launch of a European Convention for Treaty Change. It is on the back of a complicated and difficult international environment, yet full of hope for the potential of humankind, that we are here to celebrate you. But the Charlemagne Youth Prize is not only about the recognition of your work done so far, it is a stepping stone in the future. It should motivate you to keep on working harder, develop your projects further, and build newer and better initiatives. Today is about celebrating you, but tomorrow it is up to you to keep going. The Charlemagne Youth Prize, established almost 15 years ago in quite a different Europe, is now more important than ever. I call this prize a commitment to the future of Europe, what I think is the essence of the prize and what it stands for. And when I think of the future of Europe, I look into those faces, and it looks like the faces of these young people sitting in front of me, or at the side. A big change starts like that, from a small group of people who want to improve something, and your success, dear national winners, is proof of this. I once again congratulate you all, and I wish you a fantastic stay in Aachen. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Prefi. Thank you so much, Vice President Barley, for your address, but most importantly for your unwavering support of youth. We truly appreciate that. So we just heard from current leaders, but the beauty of the Charlemagne Prize is that you get to see and experience upcoming leaders, people that are going to shape the future of Europe. And it's my great honor and pleasure to introduce you to the third prize winner of 2020, Mrs. Madeleine Kai. Please come on stage.
The song that I'm going to sing for you today is called We Are Europe. I wrote it a few years ago, and it's about the joys of a peaceful Europe. Now, I think, as darkness has returned to our continent, it speaks of a Europe standing in solidarity with Ukraine and hoping for a peaceful future where we can once again enjoy our beautiful continent. Journeys to enchanted places make memories on the way. People talking different languages, you don't know what they say. But a smile is universal, so share one anyway. Friendships start with laughter, and then happiness is here to stay. We are Europe, we are one. Nations come together, standing strong. United in diversity, on the pillars of our history. Striving for equality, stood in solidarity. We are Europe, we are one. Follow winding tracks to landscapes in the distance. The pursuit of happiness is sure to meet resistance. But nothing is worth achieving if there is no fight to be had. So put your faith in people and you'll see they're not all so bad. Nous sommes l'Europe, nous sommes unis. Les nations se rassemblent, l'union fait la force. Unis dans la diversité, par notre histoire partagée. En quête d'égalité, ensemble dans la solidarité. Nous sommes l'Europe, nous sommes unis. We are Europe, we are one. Put the past behind you, our future is ahead. It's okay to make mistakes and regret what you have said. Together we can make things better if we learn to talk and listen. Founded on forgiveness, a flag with golden stars that glisten. Wir sind Europa, wir sind vereint. Die Nationen zusammen, Einigkeit macht stark. Vereint in unserer Vielfalt, auf den Sollende geschickt. Suchen die Gleichberechtigten, gemeinsam solidarisch. Wir sind Europa, wir sind vereint. We are Europe, we are one. This is the pulse of Europe, feel the blood rushing through our veins. Like water coursing down the river, flowing high after heavy rains. We are Europe, we are one. Nations come together, standing strong. United in diversity, on the pillars of our history. Striving for equality, stood in solidarity. We are Europe, we are one. Nous sommes l'Europe, nous sommes unis. Wir sind Europa, wir sind vereint. We are Europe, we are one.
Thank you very much, Madalena. Madalena was our last winner for now for the United Kingdom, one of the best activists we have in Europe, and hopefully a future Prime Minister for Great Britain. Another round of applause, please. And now it's showtime, hence the moment where you find out what the projects for the Charlemagne Youth Prize are. So I would like to invite the winners from Denmark, Estonia, oh, I'm so sorry. I would like to invite Denmark, Estonia, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, and Hungary, please, on stage. Welcome, everyone. I would like to start with Denmark. Please tell us about your projects, your name.
Yes. My name is Sara, and I'm representing the European Youth Parliament Denmark and our project on tying bonds across oceans. Our project is a part of a larger Nordic cooperation where we wanted to have our cooperation with our sister organization across the Nordic countries solidified so that we in the future could continue to learn from and with each other. It was a training event spending over 3 days last summer where we focused on both continued organizational work as well as trainings on things such as leadership, conflict resolution and crisis management, furthering our values of tolerance, peace building and active citizenship. We were lucky, we decided to have the event online, which made us lucky enough to get to expand further than just the Nordic countries, and we were joined by an additional 15 nations, truly embodying the European spirit. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have the winner from Estonia. Please tell us about your project.
Yes, hello, my name is Erik, I'm from Estonia, and we created a youth-led innovation centers network that's called Hub, and it connects local entrepreneurs, city governments and youth with each other to better communicate and create new solutions. Back in 2020, we opened our first center in the city of Pärnu, and it has been a great success. Our community of high school and university students has created more than 100 events, and more than 350 different young people visit the center each month to meet new people, to educate and to innovate. Last year, we started focusing on helping other youth from other cities to do something similar. And we are opening our second center in the upcoming months in Estonia. And we also have interest from abroad. So if you'd like to talk more about it, I would love to let you know. My name is Erik, and the project is called Hub. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Thank you. The next picture is going to be Finland. Please tell us about.
Hi, I'm Christian, representing Finland. And the big question is, how do we unite the divided and disenchanted EU youth in the face of climate disaster? Is there a way to harness the divide and at the same time solving our climate problems? Turns out there is, and it's our project, Sustainable Venture Creation. This is a 7-week course developed by students, for students, where the participants take on the SDGs through entrepreneurship. We give them crucial entrepreneurial skills, but also bring in experts who help educate them about and give insights about the SDGs. We first launched the course in the fall of 2021 in Hanken School of Economics in Helsinki. Turned out to be a resounding success, where the participants not only gained entrepreneurial skills, but also a new outlook on the SDGs the problems are indeed solvable. And we want to replicate this course all over Europe and reinvigorate a new wave of European youth collaboration to take on the SDGs together and hopefully solve them. Thank you.
Thank you so much. The next up is Franz. Please tell us about your project.
Yes, hello, I'm Florian, and the project I'm representing, it's called Spies in Brussels. So it's a card game about European institutions and European lawmaking process. So basically we go in schools and we organize workshops with this card game, and the participants are put in a position of a spy who has to infiltrate the European institution and to accumulate influence, to wait on political debate, to negotiate the budget, to finance projects, etc. And the goal of the game is to debate eventually law proposals. So each spy has several secret objectives, and we build a competitive tension between players to have them being very eager to debate, not because they want to express some political opinion, but because they want to win the game. Because we address young people with very low interest into politics, who come from a very disadvantaged neighbor and who are low exposure to those kind of topics. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next project is going to be Germany. Please tell us about your project.
Hello everyone, I'm Josie from Germany. So Ukrainian Vibes European Public Sphere was realized by 2 German and 2 Ukrainian young Europeans, supported by 3 German and Ukrainian NGOs. 172 participants, including 37 experts from around the world, shared their ideas on the future of Europe beyond the borders of the European Union in the fields of democracy, sustainable development, and European integration in 7 online workshops. We published all ideas collected in a catalog of ideas, which we also sent to 31 European decision makers. Adding to the EU's own aspirations for democratic renewal, we published 36 of these ideas on the digital platform of the Conference on the Future of Europe. A core message from the discussions and recent developments in Ukraine is that we need unifying roots for European identity and more consciousness for the fact that Europe does not end at the borders of the EU. We need to continue the pan-European dialogue and spread the idea of a common, strong, just, stable, peaceful, tolerant Europe, a Europe united in diversity. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And next project comes from Greece. Please tell us about your project.
Thank you very much. Excellencies, esteemed members of the jury, I want to start by thanking you for the opportunity to be here today. My name is Erika Spagakou and I'm the co-founder of Ikoyenia, a newly established non-profit organization bringing civic service to Greece, whereby 18 to 28-year-olds are compensated to serve the country by leading impact projects in underserved communities. It was during COVID that our team came together, united by the vision to respond to the urgent need for climate action and the lack of prospects for young Greeks. We are channeling young generation's energy and desire to lead change and mobilizing them to advance sustainable development in the country. We're currently running our first pilot project and we'll be starting our second in the fall, the impact of which we will then utilize to make the case for scaling civic service nationally. We're encouraged by the momentum at the European level, work that is being charioted by our partners, the Collective for European Civic Service. Our vision and hope is that every young Greek and every young European will have the opportunity to experience civic service for the planet, for people, and for our collective prosperity. Thank you very much.
And last but not least, Hungary. Please tell us about your project.
Thank you very much. Without supplementary help, 82% of European youth can't study in the UK. When talking about Brexit, we rarely hear about the 170,000 European current students and the millions in the future who lost their dream. Tuition fees, scholarships, they're all in the past. Now it costs 38,000 euros to study 1 year in the United Kingdom. So Save the Youth students set out the goal to change that. We are paving a new era in European higher education. We talked with hundreds of students and our petition forms their needs and interests. Our goal is to create a new comprehensive EU-UK mobility scheme which can help currently 170,000 current students and millions in the future. We believe that financial restrictions should not be a barrier for European talent and excellence. We ask you to share our sentiment.
Thank you so much. Thank you, dear winners. You may now return to your seats. So when we talk about the European Charlemagne Youth Prize, we always talk about one city, the city of Aachen. The city of Aachen has a big historical meaning, not just for the prize, but for Europe, for its history, for its legacy. And so for this reason, it's my biggest honor to welcome on stage for the third laudatory speech, Mrs. Sibylle Kuppen, who is the Lord Mayor of the city of Aachen. Thank you.
Honourable members, ladies and gentlemen, my dear Europeans. The core message we drew from discussions is that for any future development in Europe, we must communicate with one another. We need to learn to understand one another, work together. For our shared future in Europe, we must continue pan-European dialogue. As citizens, we should use our power to push forward the idea of an integrated, strong, fair, peaceful, tolerant, sustainable and stable Europe. A Europe united in diversity. What a beautiful sentiment, an important one. It comes from a project from the young people I wish to recognize here today. It sums up what we seek to achieve through the Charlemagne Prize, in particular the Charlemagne Youth Prize. We have a recognition of diversity. We accept that we are all different. We have different backgrounds, skin colors, height, language, cultural and religious affiliations. There are so many fundamental points that would appear to divide us. And yet, the Charlemagne Youth Prize laureates show that it is worth making the effort to get to know one another. And indeed, they have long succeeded in this endeavor. Young people from all EU member states have shown us that they can move at breathtaking speed to build a community. They speak the same language because they pursue the same thoughts and they share the same dream. Their dream is of Europe, a Europe of freedom, tolerance, and rights. A Europe that does not wish to eradicate difference, but quite the opposite, has embraced diversity. This dream of Europe is not a given. We need to fight for it, work for it every day. We will allow no one to destroy our vision. Indeed, quite the contrary, there are many nations that do not yet belong to the European Union that seek to share that dream with us. In 2 days' time, we will welcome 3 leading Belarusian opposition activists here in the Coronation Hall. They will receive the International Charlemagne Prize, and the focus will be on that dream, a dream of peace and freedom, democracy and human rights, free and fair elections, rule of law. That dream burns bright in Belarus too. And that dream of a Europe united in peace and freedom is what is at stake in Europe. Last year, the association took an initiative and brought citizens from 36 different countries together for virtual dialogue on democracy, sustainable development, European integration. They were creative, interactive and flexible. That's how they organized their conversations. They focused in particular on the relationship between Europe and Ukraine. Many of the participants hailed from Ukraine And as the project organizers said, this initiative brought Europe closer to citizens' hearts, strengthened their determination to work with civil society to build a shared European future and to look beyond the current borders of the EU. Let us take on that challenge, a task for us all. The third prize for the 2022 European Charlemagne Youth Prize and recipients of €2,500, the German project Ukrainian Vibes European Public Sphere. I'd like to warmly welcome Representative Josephine Schnee here to the stage.
Thank you so much. Wait, winners, wait. Thank you, Mrs. Sibyl. Thank you so much. Please, the winners come back on stage. Don't run away. Congratulations, once again. Fantastic achievement.
Thank you very much.
Excited? Moved?
Very excited. Yes, we're very excited. So this is Regine, one of the 4 team members we were. She needs to be on the stage too, not just me. And I want to congratulate all the national winners. Your projects are all so amazing, and I'm so excited to be here in this week with you.
Fantastic.
Yes. I also want to thank the Charlemagne Youth Prize jury and the whole team for organizing this. We're really honored to be here. We also want to thank our partner organizations, Democracy International, the National Ecological Center of Ukraine, and Change Communications, as well as our coordinators, Anna, Inukenti, and Olena. And yes, so thank you very much for this prize. The money we received is dedicated for the continuation of the project. This year the tour is going to start again, and actually we have 2 team members here today. Yes, hello, who will continue. So if you have any questions for the next tour, just go ask them. They're over there, and they will more than happy to talk also about the project for 2022.
Fantastic. Congratulations once again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And now, again, it's showtime. We're going to find out about the other projects. So I'd like to invite the winners from Austria, Belgium, Bulgaria, Croatia, Cyprus, and Czech Republic to come on stage. Brilliant. So we're going to start with Austria. Please tell us about your project.
Hi, my name is Linda. I'm representing the organization YEP from Austria. We initiated the YCM Challenge. It stands for Young Changemaker Challenge last year. And it is an online experience where young people start identifying problems or challenges in their communities, and then they are developing a solution or an idea or an initiative that tackles these problems. In the end, they have a prototype and a video about their idea. Here you can see some of the videos the young participants made. There were more than 120 participants from over 30 countries. And in the end, this project, the YCM Challenge, strengthens the European identity, but also the global identity. It strengthens global citizenship, active citizenship, and it encourages and empowers young people to lead social change and make a difference in their communities. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Next up, we have Belgium. Please tell us about your project.
Hello, my name is Justin. I'm representing Voters Without Borders. So we are a European Citizens Initiative campaign. We're run by a team of young European activists and Erasmus students and hosted by the ESIT Foundation in Brussels. So since 2020, we have been campaigning for the extension of voting rights in national and regional elections and referenda for the estimated 13.3 million mobile EU citizens, as well as reforms to the existing voting rights for all EU citizens in European and municipal elections in their country of residence. So we have done this through events in Brussels and across the EU, through advocacy and research, through advocacy towards the EU institutions, through an online campaign, and engagement with a network of 50 partners. And in general, just kind of promoting the opportunities for young people to engage at EU level. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next up, we have the winner from Bulgaria. Please tell us about your project.
Hello, my name is Ahmed, and 6 years ago I understand something very important. Bulgaria were part of the European Union on the documents, but in the small town, the mentality is still from the previous managing system. And I was very inspiring to do something because I study philosophy, and I say these young people, which all summer are very free from the school, and there is a lack of opportunity to do educational activities, we need to do something. And I invite some colleagues from Europe to do the summer academy. This was 3 months initiative. And we teach young people what is the meaning of the European values, and this was very inspirational. And after that, we designed to continue to do this activity. And yes, now I am here, and I'm very inspiring what to say, what to do. And just I want to say you thank you for this recognition of our initiative.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And the next winner is from Croatia. Please tell us about your project.
Hello, everyone. My name is Renato, and I'm representing Croatia and Erasmus Student Network Split. Our project, Erasmus Culture Plus, our main goal was to raise awareness to prevent discrimination on all levels. We also wanted to promote European spirit, unite in diversity, to show that we are all one. We did that through our all events, like sports events, cultural events, social inclusion events, workshops where we worked on communication skills, problem solving, event management. And yes, our last goal was to put more internalization in our city, and all our students, local students and local community have their friends from all of Europe.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And our next winner comes from Cyprus. Please tell us about your project.
Hello, my name is Christina, and I represent the Cyprus Youth Council and the project, the 25% project. So I believe that we have all thought of changing the world, all the young people sitting here with us. So when the European Parliament and the European Commission actually announced the conference on the future of Europe, the European Youth Forum and other youth organizations, including the Cyprus Youth Council, decided that it's the time to actually raise the voice and make sure that the voice of young people would be put on the table during the discussions. So we created the 25% project, a project that included the gathering of 15,000 ideas from young people on a multilingual platform that included also a handbook that would train thousands of young people on how to bring change to their communities. So 15,000 ideas later and thousands of young people, 12 partners, we are here today to hopefully win one of the European Charlemagne Youth Prizes.
Thank you so much. And our last winner will tell us about her project from Czech Republic.
Hello, my name is Clara, and I'm here for the Politics Not Only for Youth Association. As students, we mostly strive to stimulate interest in politics, public affairs, democracy, and human rights among young generation. what are our achievements? In last Czech parliamentary elections, the youth turnout was 21% higher. We've been invited by the Czech National TV and Insider podcast to talk about or discuss politics situation in Czechia. We've also held several workshops, mostly concerned about citizen participation. And lastly, most recently, we've been also asked by the Czech publishing house to write a book. However, without the 55,000+ followers, none of that would have mattered. And yeah, so it's them who are shaping the future of our society.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. May I please ask all the winners to go back to their seats? Thanks again for briefing us. As you can see, there is no force equal to the power of youth, and we are just so blessed to have so many young people across Europe that still believe that together we can achieve incredible things. Now we're going to have a musical interlude from two extremely special guests. We're going to have Mr. Ihor and Denis Panke, who are two Ukrainian musicians who are currently in Germany and are guided by Professor Mayer. Please approach the stage. Thank you again for this fantastic musical interlude. Now we're going to hear about the projects from Portugal, Romania, Slovakia, Slovenia, Spain, and Sweden. Please approach the stage. Can we please have a microphone? Thank you, Sean. Thanks a lot. Welcome. Please tell us about your project and your country.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Martin from Portugal. We just saw what a great driver for humanity music is. I represent an orchestra from inland Portugal, which is a vast region that is faced by pressing challenges leading to isolated and disengaged communities because of two factors: aging population and the fact that the young people all want to flee to the greater cities. So what we do is we gather an orchestra with over 150 young musicians who are from there, whom we are financially endorsing so that they don't have to go live elsewhere. And with this orchestra, we perform in dozens of places. And I'm talking about little towns, little villages, where people have never imagined that they would see an orchestra. And we bring music as a driver for cohesion. We make these communities live again and reconnected as a greater society. On the whole, I think music can be a great driver for unity, ultimately for peace, and of course for European values. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Our next project is from Romania.
Hello, I'm Cezara from Romania, representing Europools, which is the initiator and organizer of the largest forum on EU affairs from Romania, Eurosfat. SFAT stands for the community that builds together and projects and stands up for the implication of all the people from one nation. And we've been advocating in the last 10 years for implication and for involvement from the citizens of Romania to be heard and implicated at the EU level. And now we implemented this project, Eurosfat Forum, and we had 5 days, 9 sessions, 60 speakers, 600 participants over the last year. And this was under the aegis of the Conference of the Future of Europe, and we covered all important topics from digital to green transition, youth and gender equality. And we also launched the policy journal with an international cohort of fellows. And this was all possible through the involvement of hundreds of volunteers of Europools and Eurosfat, and we are very thankful to them all. And thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Next up, we have Slovakia. Welcome.
Hello. A few months ago, I had an amazing trip over the North Italy, and I spent 1 month here in a really small city, and that was an amazing trip. But there was one quite disappointing for me, that young people in this city, they didn't see the reason why should they be in the European Union. They even have never talked to young people from different countries. And that's a big problem, especially nowadays when we need understanding, love between our countries to protect each other. So our project, Youth United Media, is aimed to unite young people, to give the platform on which we can read, watch about different young people, and see that we actually have much more in common than we think. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And our next winner comes from Slovenia. Please tell us about your project.
Hi everyone, I'm Dasha. I'm representing the European Youth Parliament Slovenia. In our organization, we organize events aimed at young people from Slovenia and other European countries that enable them to debate current European issues, develop skills that they otherwise would not develop in formal education, and also meet peers from other European countries. Last summer, during the Slovene presidency of the EU, we organized our biggest event yet, a 10-day international session which took place in Ljubljana. Due to the pandemic, we had 40 volunteers volunteers work on the event in Ljubljana and 120 participants joining from 30 countries around Europe. During the event, participants undertook team building in international working groups, proposed solutions for given European issues, and got to engage with European politicians, ambassadors, and entrepreneurs to better understand their future possibilities. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our next winner comes from Spain. Welcome. Please tell us about your project.
Thank you very much. Hello, everybody, and good afternoon. I'm Carlos, and I'm representing Model European Union in Spain. EMU in Spain is a simulation of the European institutions. EMUs have been for a while with more than 10 years of history, but this is the first international simulation of the European institutions in Madrid, and we did it in the City Council of the city of Madrid in Palacio de Cibeles. We counted with several speakers, such as Enrique Barón Crespo, the former president of the European Parliament, and all the participants that came from all over Europe had a chance to learn about critical thinking, about public speaking, about negotiations, and it was a great experience. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And last but not least, we have Sweden.
Hi everyone, my name is Emilia, and I'm representing this Swedish project, Bridge the Pond, which is referring to the transatlantic link between the United States and Sweden. So we had an online exchange with an American high school, and during a few very intense weeks, we had discussions and prepared preparations on the main theme, equality. So my group, for instance, worked with the gender gap as well as age discrimination. And during the final event, on the 28th of May last year, Swedish diplomats and American diplomats, as well as members of the European Parliament, took part in the discussion and had a discussion with us on these topics. And for me, the project started off as a school project, but became something much bigger, because the topics we discussed in the classroom was also discussed on a high political level. And that's a really important realization for young people to understand, to have their voices heard, and to take part in the political process. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, dear winners. You may now return to your seats. So throughout the years, we've had incredible patrons, mentors, and people that truly believed in the Charlemagne Youth Prize. And it's my biggest honor to welcome on stage Mr. Hans-Gert Pöttering, who used to be the former president of the European Parliament, for the second laudatory speech.
Frau Oberbürgermeisterin Kolpen,
Madam Lord Mayor,
des Europäischen Parlaments Barley,
Vice President of the European Parliament, Mr. Lindberg, I'd particularly like to wish a warm welcome to Anna Leijsen from Belgium, the widow of André Leijsen, who had the brilliant idea of founding the European Youth Charlemagne Prize. And I'm pleased to see Bettina and her husband is here today. So that really does honor to André's excellent idea and work. Before the Kremlin's dictator went into the war in Ukraine, the Ukrainian population the Ukrainian, Andrei Sakharov has a prize named after him as well. And that memory of Andrei Sakharov is something that's also important. We'd like to express our gratitude gratitude to the people in Ukraine, but also to all those people who are fighting for freedom inside Russia and are being oppressed by their dictator. We are one Europe. Our thoughts are with you. That is something that we will do actively. We will do our best also to support people in Belarus.
Wenn wir erleben, und darauf nimmt der zweite Preisträger,
Well,
Preisträgerin Bezug,
we're moving on to the second prize winner today.
heute durch Fälschung der russischen und
And what we face
sowjetischen
today is a
Fake News
falsification
und
of Russian and
Propaganda
Soviet history through fake news and lies and
dass die
propaganda.
Menschen nicht mehr die Wahrheit erfahren
People
sollen,
are not being allowed to have
setzt
access
sich
to
der
the
zweite
truth.
Preisträger einer
And
solchen
that's
Entwicklung
where
und
the second
Entschlossenheit
prize
entgegen.
winner has a role to play.
Ziel ist es, so
The objective,
die Preisträgerinnen und Preisträger
according to the winners of the
an der
prize,
Schaffung einer
is
gut
to create
informierten und
a
aktiven
well-informed,
jungen
active,
Zivilgesellschaft
young civil
mitzuwirken.
society.
Und das heißt immer, dass wir uns bewusst sind
Well, what does
unserer
that mean?
europäischen Werte.
We need
Der Würde
to stay in
jedes
touch with our
einzelnen Menschen,
European
der
values,
Menschenrechte, der
the
Demokratie,
dignity
der
and
Freiheit,
value of every human being,
des Friedens
peace,
und der
democracy,
Solidarität
solidarity.
überall in Europa
We need to
und wo
ensure
es geht in der Welt.
that these
Und die
values
Arbeit des
prevail in
zweiten
Europe and everywhere
Preisträgers
that is
gründet sich
possible around the world.
Darauf, auf
The
der
second
Grundlage
prize
der
winner
Wahrhaftigkeit und Objektivität junge Menschen zu
is
motivieren,
working
nicht
to
nur zu
try
reden,
and
sondern
give
zu handeln,
young
engagiert zu
people
sein, denn jede
not just
Generation
objective
hat erneut
information, but also to encourage them to act. Every generation has to defend democracy and human rights and human dignity. And that's where the European institutions can play a big role. Ladies and gentlemen, prize winners, for me, it's a huge honor to be here on the 15th anniversary of the Charlemagne Youth Prize, and to hear once again that young people in Europe appreciate what a great treasure the European Union is, because it tries to help us to overcome the differences that we naturally have in the European continent. It means that we have to find peaceful solutions to our problems and differences, and that is what we can see being required in the Ukraine and in Russia. That is not, these values do not prevail in Russia at the moment, and that's why I think it's so important that our second prize winner understands the need for these values. That's why I want to thank them. 25 school pupils from 2 different countries that were previously one single country have held conversations with politicians, where they have entered into dialogue with constitutional courts, parliaments, national and European members of parliament. They've used Instagram to do this, and the second prize winner
hat 45.000 Follower.
Has got 45,000 followers. Half of these followers are aged between 18 and 24 years of age. And that is why I would like to now tell you about this project. I don't know how it's translated, but I'll say it in German. I've got the German term in front of me. Politics for young people, but not only. The winner of the second prize is the Czech Republic, represented by Klára Brezhenová.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pottering. How do you feel?
I cannot describe my feelings, honestly, having seen so many inspiring projects And having talked to all of you, not only this year's national winners, but also the previous ones, it made me very small, and I thought that it's not possible to win this prize. However, I think it's good that we have every one of us, and to participate and try to build our society. And I would also mostly like to thank our followers, because it's them, and as I said, they're the ones that will create our future. So,
congratulations to you and your organization. A round of applause. Thank you. Thanks again. As you can tell, there's always a lot of excitement, emotions going on. Now I'd like to invite again our impossibly talented musicians to please come on stage. Thank you very much, Igor. Thank you very much, Dennis. Would you like to say something? I mean, your tunes were absolutely incredible.
Hello, Europe. Hello, Aachen. Ja, vielen Dank, dass wir hier sein dürfen. Mein Bruder ist zwar groß, er ist ein Jahr älter als ich. Aber ich bin gut. Klein und gut.
Small, but pretty great.
Und wir spielen für die Ukraine. Sie wird gewinnen. Ich liebe die Ukraine.
Ukraine will win. Slava Ukraine.
Sehr geehrte Damen und Herren, liebes Publikum, wir freuen uns sehr, hier zu sein. Schon, dass es Ihnen gefällt, wie wir spielen. Das freut uns. Vielen Dank, dass wir hier auftreten dürfen. Wir bedanken sehr bei den Organisatoren, bei der Stadt Aachen. Es liebe der Frieden, es liebe die Ukraine. Slava Ukraini!
Long live Ukraine. Slava Ukraine.
Thank you once again for this beautiful performance. I would like now to invite the winners from Ireland, Italy, Latvia, Lithuania, Malta, Netherlands, and Poland to come on stage. Welcome, everyone. We'll start with Ireland. Please tell us about your project.
So my name's Ruben Murray and I'm here representing Ireland. So most importantly, democracy. What does this mean? But most importantly, what does this mean for young people? Until we're 18, we don't get the right to vote, but we are still in a democratic space, and it's through student councils. These are the only real first representation we have. The problem is student councils are not developed in the sense that they are enough, and oftentimes it can leave young people feeling demoralized when it comes to representation and when it comes to democracy. The likes of us here, we're always going to get involved, but when we lose those critical people, the people that we need to engage in democracy, that's where we know student council and student voice is a really healthy part of democracy. We create a student charter, which is basically where we worked with national education stakeholders to create a concrete form of rights to implement as akin to national policy across schools, as many as we can, to create this strong fundamental strength of student democracy. The Charter does nothing short of completely revolutionise how student voice is done, and the aim is to bring it across Ireland and then to look at how we can implement it across Europe.
Thank you very much. And the next one is my country, Italy. Please tell us about your project.
Hello everyone, I'm Reddy, I'm representing Italy and the Jufa project, which is a project about Jufa, which is a character that it's known in Italy, but it's traveled throughout all the Mediterranean, and the whole Mediterranean countries share it as a common value. What we do is we try and make theater workshops through participatory arts, and we encourage young people to take part in their communities and to be active in the cultural life of their cities. And we've been to more than 16 countries, and we've encouraged more than 500 young people to take part in these laboratories, in which we produce clothes with migrants and also disadvantaged people. And at the end of the workshops, we have a play with professional and non-professional actors, and we invite everyone to take part in this traveling theater play.
Thank you very much. Our next project comes from Latvia.
Hello everyone, I am Laura. And did you know that only 19% of young people in Latvia has a full understanding of citizenship? Disinformation, lack of environmental education and civic education is the cause of that. And it leads to people that do not believe in politics, that don't understand the importance of democracy. And my project, which is called Advocacy Academy, changes that. The project is a 4-month-long non-educational course for young people in Latvia. The project in general is about critical thinking and argumentation, environmental problems and their solutions, as well as involvement in decision-making processes. And young people must gain their ability to influence decisions made in their countries, municipalities, and communities. And this project changes that for long-lasting impact.
Thank you very much. Our next project comes from Lithuania. Please tell us.
Hello, everyone. I am Inga. I represent Active Youth Association, and I work with the project called YES, Young Ex-Offender Support. The project is all about helping to integrate people, young prisoners or ex-prisoners. One of the most important points for us is to help them find a job. And it is not only about financial stability, it is also about empowerment, creativity, and just being a part of something bigger. So with this project, we seek to create a support system for them. We do that through methodologies, events, research, and all other things. And we also include a lot of different people, such as counselors, youth workers, and ex-offenders themselves to this discussion. And the most important thing, and the idea we want to raise, is that every single person deserves a second chance. And all of us sometimes need a helping hand with something. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our next project comes from Malta. Please tell us.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Giselle Bourg-Olivier, and I represent JCI Malta with the project Enterprising Europe. Enterprising Europe, Discovering EU Opportunities was a project jointly formed by JCI Malta with the collaboration of the European Liaison Office, and it targeted young entrepreneurs and enterprising young leaders, specifically those who are looking to start, develop, and sustain an entrepreneurial initiative, especially from a small EU member state. The course offered the participants a chance to share their challenges, their experiences. It gave them the information of how EU law is developed and how enterprise can also affect EU policy. The course focused on topics such as digitalization and SMEs, pension rights, how EU legislation, and ultimately the possibilities that the EU offers to young entrepreneurs. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Netherlands, please tell us about your project.
Hi, I'm Annalou. I'm here from the European Youth Parliament, the Netherlands. Last year in April 2021, EYP the Netherlands hosted Maastricht International Forum, gathering over 130 participants online from 24 different countries. Over the course of 6 days, participants discussed topics related to digitalization, such as digital citizens' rights, online harassment and misinformation, as well as online education. The conference was hosted from the city of Maastricht by a team of 20 organizers who hosted the conference from special locations around the city, such as the room where the Maastricht Treaty was signed. Although we weren't able to get together in person due to the COVID pandemic, we were still able to facilitate meaningful discussions, stimulate active citizenship, and make young people's voices feel heard. After the conference, we also empowered young people to meet with policymakers and decision makers to present the results of their discussions.
Thank you very much. And last but not least, Poland. Please tell us about your project.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Angelina. I'm representing BITA Poland. But last year, together with BITA Serbia, BITA Poland organized an event. It was a collaboration of Model European Union simulation. It's a simulation of decision-making process. You've heard about MEU Spain, so we did the same project. However, it was done, unfortunately, due to the situation with COVID-19, was done online. Our participants were divided into three institutions: European Commission, European Parliament, and Council of the European Union. Everyone was assigned with a specific role. So this way, every participant could have a chance not only to learn by theory what does the decision-making process look like in the EU, but they actually could feel it. And yeah, we had lots of fun. It was an incredible experience, and thank you to all these incredible participants. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, dear winners. You may now go back to your seats. As we have seen, active citizenship is truly the most important ingredient of every single project that we had so far. And this is not just peculiar to this edition, but it runs throughout the Charlemagne Youth Prize. Now, you see only a few people here today, but the ripple effect of the projects is limitless. There are thousands of people across Europe that participate in these projects and involve even more young people in the European agenda. Now, we are going to go through the most awaited moment, which is the first laudatory speech. So I'd like to invite our Vice President, Mrs. Barley, to address. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Also for this fantastic moderation. Maybe we should give a big applause. This is where you can end up as a winner of the Charlemagne Youth Prize. Thank you so much. And congratulations to all of you. The third prize winners, the second prize winners, and all of you are all winners. There's a reason why all of you are here. And I wish you lots of success with the continuation of your projects and your engagement for Europe in general. But now, of course, we had to pick also a first prize. And I guess you're all quite excited to know who it is going to be. It was not an easy choice, I have to say. We had very many different projects that we voted on, that got points in the final round. And the first winner, I would say, is a very special project. We are also always looking for projects that reach out to young people who normally might not feel represented by the Charlemagne Youth Prize. And this year's winner has opened up a completely different world, not always in the attention of policymakers, of political debates, panel discussions, or workshops. There are a few projects that are dedicated to these people. But through this special project, they took action to try making the world a little bit better and bringing together young and very talented people. And their vision is of a fairer society where culture is accessible to everyone, regardless of geographical location or social status. Their actions address challenges through music, bringing it closer to unrepresented communities. So not only bringing together these young people who would otherwise not have the chance, but also bringing these young people to other people, elderly sometimes, who would not have the chance to get to know this sort of cultural experience that they would become through this project. So you might have already guessed who I'm talking about. So I would like to invite on the stage the winner of the first 2022 European Charlemagne Youth Prize, the Orchestra Without Borders from Portugal, Martins Rocha Tavares.
Thank you very much to our VIPs. If you can also please stay on the stage. And I would like to ask our winner, how do you feel?
I feel multitasking right now. Okay. Well, thank you very much. I'm floored, and I would like to, first of all, greet all the other winners. I've been incredibly inspired by your projects. Of course, the panel, the jury who have decided to award this present to us, of course, it's not going on to me, it's going on to over 150 young musicians who come from a very challenged place. And without projects like ours, they probably would drop music altogether, which is their passion, their talent, and they would leave. And also, it goes to the thousands of people who live in very rural and isolated places where they have no access to a cultural participation, which, according to the constitution of every country in the European Union, is part of a fully democratic existence. So it's not every day that we get the chance to mix old and new generations, social, cultural, and territorial cohesion projects. So I'm extremely grateful. And again, this project goes to everyone involved in it, not just me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. If I please ask you to stay. Thank you. And I would also like to invite the second and the third prize winners to please come on stage so we can take a group picture with our VIP. Second and third prize winners, if you'd like to approach the stage. No. Thank you very much. I would like to ask everyone to stay on stage because we're now going to invite everyone who's won the Charlemagne Youth Prize this year to come on stage. And please do approach the stage in the following order. May I please ask Austria to approach the stage. Next up, Belgium. Next up, Bulgaria. Next up, Croatia. Next up, Cyprus. Czech Republic. Czech Republic. Denmark. Estonia. Finland. France. Germany. Greece. Hungary. Ireland. Italy. Latvia. Lithuania. Malta. There's not much space anymore. The Netherlands. Poland. Portugal. Oh, sorry. Romania. Slovakia. Slovenia. Wow, there's no more space. Spain. And last but not least, Sweden. Fantastic. Well, here you have it, the 2022 Charlemagne Youth Prize competition winners. A round of applause. Okay. We're just going to take a couple of pictures now. So if the photographers would like to approach the stage as well, that'd be fantastic. Thanks, everyone. Thank you. You may now return to your seats. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. You may now return to your seats, and unfortunately, we'll have to close also this year's ceremony. So you may now return to your seats. Thank you very much. Thanks to our VIPs. Thank you for gracing us with your time. Thank you for your support today and every day for the past 14 years.
I like your country very much. Thank you very much. Cooperated closely with Barroso. Oh, you do? When he was president. Right. All the best. Thank you very much.
Thanks, everyone, for coming to this year's edition. We very much look forward to seeing you at the 16th edition of the European Charlemagne Youth Prize. It is always the biggest honor to be here and to celebrate the accomplishments of young people. And I would like to give the biggest thanks to the Charlemagne Youth Prize Foundation, Mr. Bernd Wicken. A round of applause, please. And of course, the entire team, working with Mr. Byrne, Leo, Christine, and everyone who's always made the Charlemagne Youth Prize a success. The European Parliament and their fantastic support. Thank you so much to Sofia, Charlotta, Eliana. Thank you very much. And everyone who's been working in AV, everyone who's been supporting the event throughout the years logistically. And of course, thank you to our winners. Thank you. I would just like to conclude with a quote that I think will resonate with everyone by Margaret Mead, which says that never doubt a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, that is the only thing that has ever worked. Thank you so much, and see you next year. Thank you. Thank you.